Dear friend, do you realize what's profound? We spend our lives avoiding pain, yet it's often the moments of deepest struggle that shape us into who we're meant to be. Right now, as you watch this, you may be facing something that feels unbearable. Perhaps you're sitting in your car after a long day, feeling utterly exhausted. Maybe you're awake at 2 a.m., wondering why life unraveled so quickly. Or perhaps you're simply tired of pretending everything is fine when it's not, weary of carrying a heavy mask. Here's the truth that changes everything. While many see their darkest moments as proof life is against them, the ancient Stoics knew something profound. Our greatest pain is often our greatest teacher, calling us to discover the strength we already possess. Marcus Aurelius, who led an empire while enduring personal tragedies that would break many, wrote in his private journal, "The mind that seeks the good, whether it succeeds or not, is honored by the pursuit itself." He wrote not for praise, but to remind himself that even in loss, there is dignity in striving for what is right. Let me be honest with you. This video may stir deep emotions, and I make no apologies for that. Because sometimes we need to feel the weight of our own resilience. We need to recall that we've survived every difficult day so far, and that is no small feat. It's extraordinary. We live in a world that urges us to avoid discomfort at all costs, scroll past pain, buy something to fill the void, distract ourselves until the feelings fade. But what if the pain you're avoiding is the path to becoming who you're meant to be? The Stoics had no distractions to numb their struggles. When Marcus Aurelius lost his children, when Epictetus endured slavery and torture, when Seneca faced exile and death, they had no choice but to confront their reality. In doing so, they discovered what we often forget: pain is not our enemy, and struggles are not proof of weakness. They are the raw materials of our transformation. Right now, someone watching this is fighting a silent battle. Someone is grieving a loss that changed everything. Someone faces fears that feel bigger than their courage. To you, I say what the Stoics knew: you are strong enough, not because you're superhuman, but because you're human. This isn't about forcing positivity or pretending problems don't exist. It's about learning to embrace challenges, finding meaning in life's chaos, and realizing that the struggles that break your heart can also expand it to hold more love, wisdom, and compassion than you ever imagined. If these words resonate with you, press the like button, not for me, but as a commitment to yourself that you're ready to face truths that may challenge you but are necessary. Leave a comment to share you're here, bravely facing your struggles, and share this video with someone who needs to remember their inner strength. Subscribe to this channel, as we're building a community of people who choose growth over comfort. Don't skip any part of this video. Every word is crafted for those who need it. Perhaps you. The points ahead are not just ideas. They're an invitation to see life differently, to discover strength you didn't know you had, and to understand that your sensitivity, your struggles, and your human heart are not weaknesses to overcome, but powerful gifts waiting to be embraced. Leave a comment with this affirmation: "My pain is becoming my strength." Let me share a story of a day that transformed my life, and perhaps it will show you why your worst day might be your greatest gift. It was a Tuesday, life's hardest. Lessons often come on ordinary days. I woke up thinking it would be like any other. By evening, everything I believed about myself, my relationships, and my future had crumbled. You know that feeling when the ground beneath you vanishes, when the story you've told yourself about your life no longer makes sense. That's where I stood. And perhaps where you stand now. The Stoics understood something we often overlook. Our worst days are not punishments but awakenings. Epictetus, who knew profound hardship, taught that it's not what happens to you that matters, but how you respond. He spoke from experience, having endured slavery and loss. From the depths of suffering, he found a profound truth: when everything external is stripped away, what remains is your true self. Your worst day doesn't define you. It reveals you. It shows your strength when all else fades, proving your resilience in the face of loss. That night, sitting in my car, I wept not the graceful tears of movies, but wrenching sobs from my core. In that moment of complete collapse, something shifted. I stopped asking why this happened and began asking what it was teaching me, a question that changed everything. Pain didn't vanish, but it became purposeful. Fear didn't disappear, but it fueled courage I never knew I had. Your worst day is trying to teach you about resilience. You can't learn any other way. It reveals strengths comfort could never uncover, showing you're not as weak or alone as you fear. Think about this. Every person you admire, every story that moves you, every great example you've encountered shares one thing. They all faced days when everything fell apart. They chose, as you're invited to choose now, to let their breaking become an opening to something greater. The gift hidden in your worst day isn't obvious at first. It's wrapped in chaos, tied with pain, and arrives at the worst time. But within that difficult gift lies everything you need to become who you're meant to be: compassion for others, strength for future challenges, and wisdom born of enduring trials. Your worst day is not the end of your story, but the start of a wiser chapter. Not because life becomes easier, but because you grow stronger, more compassionate, and truer to yourself, ready to face whatever comes with newfound resilience. If you're ready to let your hardest moments teach you, leave a comment. My worst day shaped me into my best self. Next, let's explore why your sensitivity is your hidden strength. People may say you feel too deeply, don't they? That you're too emotional. Perhaps they say it with concern or disappointment. But the message is clear. Feeling deeply is somehow wrong in a world that seems to value detachment. Here's what I wish someone had told you sooner. Your sensitivity is not a flaw to fix. It's a powerful gift to embrace. Seneca, one of Rome's greatest philosophers, wrote to his friend with such honesty and vulnerability that his words still move us too. 000. Years later, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. He wrote, not as a cold theorist, but as someone who knew loss and pain. The Stoics weren't emotionless. As some believe, they were deeply wise, feeling everything but learning to channel those emotions without being overwhelmed. Your sensitivity doesn't mean you're fragile. It means you experience life with vivid clarity others may miss. Your sensitivity is your ability to notice what others overlook. When someone is hurting, you feel it in your heart. When something is beautiful, it brings you to tears. When something is wrong, your body knows before your mind can name it. This is not weakness, it's profound wisdom. Your emotions are not random, they are your inner compass, guiding you toward what matters. When you feel anxious about a relationship, it's not paranoia, it's your heart sensing truths your mind hasn't yet grasped, urging you to pay attention. When you're excited about an opportunity others call foolish, it's not naivety, It's your intuition recognizing potential others can't see. The world needs people who feel deeply, who care so much it sometimes hurts. Because that care drives meaningful change. We need those who notice someone struggling behind a smile, who pause to cherish a sunset's beauty, who feel injustice so deeply they're moved to act. Your tears are not weakness, they're proof you're fully alive, embracing the depth of human experience. Your intense emotions are not a problem to solve, but a gift to cherish. Your ability to feel another's pain is not a burden. It's compassion in action. Don't apologize for feeling deeply or try to numb what makes you human. True strength is feeling everything and still choosing to love. Your sensitivity is your hidden strength, connecting you to others in ways shallow ties cannot. It fuels your ability to create, love, inspire, and heal, not despite your deep emotions, but because of them. If you agree, comment, "My sensitivity is my strength, not my weakness." Next, the art of losing everything and finding yourself. There comes a moment when all you thought you needed is taken away: a job, a relationship, a dream, or a loved one. Or perhaps it slips away slowly, until one day you barely recognize your life or yourself. I want to speak to that moment, because if you haven't faced it yet, you will. And if you're in it now, you know this. You're not falling apart. You're coming home to yourself. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Loss is nothing but change, and change is nature's delight." These words are easy to read but hard to live. Yet he wrote them as a man who lost children, saw his empire falter, and faced betrayals that could shatter any heart. He discovered that loss reveals what cannot be taken: your core, unshakable self. There's both pain and beauty in losing what you thought defined you. It's painful because it hurts beyond imagination. It's beautiful because it forces you to meet the real you, beneath titles, roles, possessions, or relationships that were never truly you. Recall the day you lost something you thought was your identity, the career you built, the relationship you believed would last, the future you planned. It vanished in an instant, leaving you in an empty apartment, surrounded by boxes, a stranger in your own life. But here's what few say about rock bottom: it's solid ground. From there, you can rebuild. When you have nothing left to lose, you have everything to gain. When old ways fail, you find new paths. When your old identity crumbles, you choose who you'll become next. The art of losing everything is not just learning to let go gracefully, though that comes with time. It's seeing loss as liberation. Each ending as a new beginning. Each closed door as a path to the one meant for you. Each departure as space for those who truly belong. Losses aren't punishments for your mistakes or proof you're not enough. They're the universe's course corrections, guiding you toward what you truly need. They're invitations to stop controlling outcomes and trust the process of life unfolding. Picture a tree in winter, bare branches against a gray sky. No leaves, no signs of life. Yet beneath the surface, in its roots, life persists, gathering strength for spring. That's you now, in your season of loss, preparing for a rebirth you can't yet see. You may feel empty or broken now, but beneath the surface, you're growing stronger roots than ever before. You're preparing for a version of yourself you can't yet imagine, one built on the wisdom and resilience forged in this season of challenge. The art of losing everything is truly the art of finding your true self, not the person you thought you should be, but who you really are. Not someone who needs external validation to feel worthy, but one who knows their value lies within. Right now, someone watching this is mourning a dream that didn't come true, a business that failed, a relationship that ended, a career that never took off, or a life disrupted by forces beyond control. You may wonder if you're a failure, or if you should have tried harder. Let me share a perspective that may seem bold at first. Your broken dreams are not failures. They're redirections to something greater than you could have planned, guiding you toward a path that aligns with your deepest purpose. Epictetus taught us a revolutionary idea: don't demand that life unfolds as you wish, but embrace it as it is. He wasn't preaching passive acceptance, but urging us to see that clinging to specific outcomes blinds us to better possibilities waiting to unfold. Imagine someone who spent years chasing a dream that consumed their every waking moment. They sacrificed relationships, health, and joy for a vision of success. When that dream collapsed, they felt they'd wasted their best years on something that wasn't theirs. In their pain, they couldn't see that the broken dream was opening a new door. The skills, relationships, and resilience they built were not wasted. They were the foundation for a deeper, more fulfilling path they hadn't yet discovered. A shattered dream doesn't mean you're not enough. It's a sign you're being called to something truer to your essence, not what you thought you should become. Sometimes, we must release dreams that aren't ours to make room for those that truly fit. Think of a river meeting a rock. It doesn't see it as failure but flows around it, finding a new path, often more beautiful than the first. Your broken dream is teaching you truths success could never reveal. Showing your worth isn't tied to achievements. Perhaps that ended relationship saved you from settling for less than you deserve. Maybe the job you didn't get led you to work that truly nourishes your soul. Perhaps the dream you thought mattered was too small for the person you're becoming. Feel the disappointment. Fully, it's human. But don't let it convince you you're unworthy of beauty. A closed door doesn't mean all are shut. Your broken dream is fertile ground for new ones, better suited to the person you're becoming through this trial. These new dreams align with who you are now, not who you once thought you should be. Trust the process. Even if the destination isn't clear, believe life is working for you, not against you, and that what seems like an end may be your greatest beginning. If you're ready to believe broken dreams lead to better ones, comment, "My broken dreams are becoming better ones." Next, why your struggles are sacred. Your hardships aren't flaws in life's design. They're essential to your growth, shaping you in profound ways. Our society often treats struggle as something to fix. Quickly take a pill, find a solution, think positively, and move on. But what if the challenges we avoid are the most sacred parts of being human? The Stoics called this amor fati, loving your fate. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Accept what fate brings you, and love those it binds you to." He meant, your struggles aren't random punishments, but teachers placed in your path, guiding you to become who you're meant to be through lessons only they can teach. I recall a friend enduring a divorce after 20 years, apologizing for her tears, urging herself to be stronger, blaming herself for not moving on faster. It struck me how we're taught to feel ashamed of struggles instead of honoring them as sacred growth. Your struggles are sacred because they shape you in ways nothing else can. Your anxiety teaches empathy for others' unseen battles. Your sorrow deepens your capacity for joy. Your loss expands your heart to hold more love than you ever thought possible. Every person who's made a true difference, teachers, healers, artists, leaders, shares this. They've faced struggles, doubted their strength, and wondered if they were enough. They learned their hardships weren't weaknesses, but necessary for their growth. You can't comfort someone in their darkest night unless you've known your own. You can't guide others through loss without losing something dear. You can't inspire perseverance without wanting to give up. Your struggles grant wisdom no book can teach. What makes your struggles sacred is your power to choose their meaning. They can make you bitter or wiser, close your heart, or open it to greater compassion, convince you life is unfair, or teach you that its challenges connect us all in shared humanity. Your struggles are sacred because they are not permanent. They shift and transform you into someone new. The person you were when the struggle began is not the one who will emerge. And this transformation is what makes it profound and meaningful. You're becoming someone extraordinary, forged through trials, choosing to see them as purification rather than destruction. You've faced your deepest fears and found strength you never imagined, letting light shine through the cracks of your brokenness. Your struggle is sacred because it's uniquely yours, crafted by life to shape you. The universe trusts you, can endure, not easily, not without scars or tears, but triumphantly, emerging wiser and stronger, ready for what lies ahead. Next, the courage to start anew. There comes a time, perhaps many times, when you realize you must begin again, not because you failed, but because you've outgrown your old life, and it no longer fits the person you're becoming. Seneca, who lost wealth, status, and ultimately his life, understood this courage. He wrote, "Life is long if you know how to use it." He meant not just living longer, but living fully. Even if it means starting over when staying comfortable is easier. Picture a woman in her 50s leaving a successful law career to teach young children. To many, it seems irrational why abandon financial security and prestige for a humbler path. Yet for her, it was answering a deeper call to rekindle her passion. Teaching children reignited a spark long buried. She rediscovered her love for learning, and that clarity made the leap worthwhile. Starting anew isn't erasing the past, it's weaving every lesson learned into a new chapter that reflects your true self. The courage to start again is trusting yourself over others' opinions, choosing growth over safety, possibility over certainty, authenticity over approval. It's saying, I don't know what's next, but I know I can't stay where I am. Perhaps you're realizing you need to start anew in some part of your life, a relationship that's faded, a job that drains your spirit, or a version of yourself others expect but no longer fits. Starting over isn't giving up, it's growing into who you're meant to be. It's the difference between merely existing and truly living. The world needs those who dare to begin again, showing us it's possible to break free from past choices, mistakes, or others' expectations, and embrace who we're becoming. Starting anew means carrying forward the wisdom of your past while releasing its regrets. You honor who you were while embracing who you're becoming. Yes, it's daunting. Others may not understand, and you may stumble or doubt your choice, but far more daunting is reaching life's end, realizing you never dared to live the life you truly wanted. Your future self is counting on you now to have the courage to start again, to build something beautiful with just your hands and an open heart. If these words stir something within you, it's because you're ready to see challenges differently. You're prepared to stop fleeing pain and start learning from it. To stop apologizing for feeling deeply and use your sensitivity as a powerful gift. The Stoics knew what we often forget. We're not victims of our circumstances, but students of our own lives. Each challenge is a lesson tailored for us. Each loss, a space for something better. Each ending, a disguised beginning, waiting to unfold. The tears you shed watching this aren't weakness, but awakening. Your soul recognizes your inner strength. Your heart recalls its resilience. Your spirit stirs with untapped power. You were born with everything needed to overcome any challenge. It won't be easy. Not without wounds or moments of doubt. But you will prevail. Your struggles aren't proof something's wrong with you. They're evidence you're living, caring, and growing into someone extraordinary. As Epictetus said, you're an actor in a play written by a greater author. Your role may involve struggle, loss, or starting anew, but it's yours alone to play, with courage and purpose only you can bring to it. The world needs what you have: your sensitivity, your struggles, your story of breaking and healing. It needs proof that we can endure our worst days and still choose love, hope, and beauty, no matter what we face. If this video moves you, press the like button as a pledge to yourself to see struggles as preparation, not problems. Comment to tell someone they're not alone. Share this with someone who needs these words. And subscribe to join a community embracing growth. You're not broken, you're unfolding. If this truth resonates deeply, comment this promise to yourself: I am not broken. I am unfolding. That shift in perspective makes all the difference in becoming who you're meant to be.